So in order to gain an appreciation for the shoulder complex, we need to understand that there are three main bones that make up the shoulder. The first is your humerus, the second is your scapula, and the third is your clavicle. We're going to turn the body, and I want you guys to pay attention to the space in between the shoulder joint and those three bones. That's really important for your rotator cuff muscles, which we'll look at in a second. If we continue to turn our model, we can get an appreciation for the fact that your shoulder blade interacts with your ribs, and that your ribs interact with the middle part of your back, and obviously the middle part of your back interacts with your neck and the upper part of your back. Now what we're going to start to do is add muscle groups, and muscles make the connections between the bones even more intimate. You're going to start to see how those muscles connect the bones. As we bring them in layer by layer, I want you to pay attention to the rotator cuff muscles on the shoulder blade. Remember I said those would be important? Here's why. That top one is called your supraspinatus, and they insert on the front and the back of your shoulder, and your supraspinatus maintains that space in between the bones that make up your shoulder. What's cool here is that I can show you the motion, and we can see how it's important and how it works to maintain that space. You can see there that when the shoulder blade has to rotate up, the supraspinatus turns on and maintains that space in between the three bones that make up our shoulder. If there's a problem with your rotator cuff muscles, specifically your supraspinatus, then that space doesn't get maintained, and it can cause that pinching sensation that people sometimes feel with a diagnosis of shoulder impingement. So we're going to continue to add on muscles, and what you'll start to see is that there are muscles that connect your neck and your shoulder blade, and the middle part of your back to that shoulder blade as well. We'll add another layer of muscles so you can get another appreciation for the fact that there are a lot of structures that need to be involved in successfully moving your shoulder overhead without pain. Finally, our last layer of muscles here is your trapezius. There's upper trapezius, middle trapezius, and lower trapezius. We can also get an appreciation for your deltoid, which has back, middle, and front fibers. And if we look at our model from the front, we can see that the pec muscle also inserts on that shoulder. There's also a handful of smaller muscles that are really thin that connect your neck to the upper part of your chest. So there you have it. Those are the muscles and the bones that make up our neck and shoulder. I'm going to take those muscles away, so again you can get an appreciation for all the work that has to be done to complete the simple motion of raising your arm over your head pain-free.